Can we put that on a little candy heart? that would be perfect. Right. Yeah, so that way it's not me. It's, this is who
look
I
at all these people.
Yeah, look at all these people. Would you believe it's mindset related?
I cannot believe it.
So if this is you, you need to challenge yourself now to change that stinking thinking. It's the algorithm.
It's the algorithm.
I hate that word.
He did quotes because you know how I feel about Forever Home.
Hi, y'all. Welcome to Hustle Humbly. It's Alyssa and Katie, and we are two top producing realtors in the Baton Rouge market.
We work for two different companies where we should be competitors, but we have chosen community over competition.
The goal of our podcast is to encourage you to find your own way in business.
So stop comparing yourself and start embracing your strengths.
Hi, Alyssa.
Hey, Katie.
Welcome. It's episode 184.
Okay.
You had the biggest smile on your face. Smile right at the people at YouTube. Like, hey, you're so excited. This episode is a love letter from your clients.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. She's not making a creepy grin at you, I swear.
Oh, man.
She's like, happy Valentine's. What do we love more than reviews? Nothing.
So nice to just look back on all the kind words.
Right?
Hopefully kind.
I should break out my Delilah voice for this one.
You should.
Delilah. What is your love question? How do you get more reviews? Okay, so here's my favorite stat.
Oh, gosh.
Actually, we'll start with this one since we're talking about Valentine's.
Okay.
66% of Americans trust anonymous online reviews more than they trust the recommendation from an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend.
What? How is that even a stat?
I don't even know.
That is a very specific and random stat.
Who comes up with this stuff?
Can we put that on a little candy heart? that would be perfect.
66% of Americans are like, online review, take it. From my ex-boyfriend, no way.
Not gonna happen.
I don't care what you say. It's not gonna be good.
Well, they chose them at one point, so you don't trust.
It didn't work out, Alyssa. It didn't work out.
Well, when we were talking about reviews, one thing that I started in January, because you had kind of told me you were doing it, is like the numbers tracking.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
So that's basically, and you could do it now. It's not too late, but you basically just get an Excel spreadsheet or something, write it down somewhere, and any number that you're just curious to see.
You just
your number of followers on Instagram,
right. People in your database,
whatever. You just write down that number,
right?
And then at the end of the year or every 6 months, you update that
because it's always growing.
Yeah,
like those
so
rolling totals.
You see the rolling totals.
So are you doing your number of reviews?
Yes, because in the Hustle Humbly community,
mm-hmm.
we did a special on our Google profile, our business profile.
Right.
So that we're doing a
competition. We're in
see
competition for reviews.
The most reviews on Google.
Right.
So as of January 18th, when I wrote them down.
I need to check mine.
Okay. I only had 5 reviews on Google.
Okay.
39 on Zillow.
Okay.
52 on Facebook.
Oh, interesting.
And 80 on Realtor.com.
Oh, was that the link you were using for a long time, just that one?
Yes. I think when I was new, like my template for after closing has updated and grown because other places became important.
Okay.
So I think I started off with Realtor.com and Facebook. And then I just recently, like in December, added Google.
Okay.
So I'm curious to see in 6 months and a year how these numbers have grown as far as reviews go.
So let's back up for just 1 second.
Okay.
When we were doing the Google business with the community, we started talking. Obviously, the reason you're building your Google business is to have reviews and host a place for that and to be found on Google as a realtor, right?
Sure.
Then we started kind of getting onto this big review tangent. And I'm like, oh, maybe we should do an episode about reviews. I'm like, how have we gotten this far?
How have we not?
Without talking about just reviews and
years,
how
Katie, years.
Hugely important they are to your business. And really, some of my prized possessions of this business are the reviews.
Yeah, you have a whole binder.
This is so... I brought it here to show you. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. Okay. All right. So where can you put your reviews? You just listed a bunch of places you've had yours. I'm going to go through the list I found.
Okay.
Zillow. Okay. I mean, I have plenty there.
Okay.
Yelp. That is the kind of go-to place for reviews. Like if you wanted a restaurant review or something, well, realtors can be there too. Realtor.com, where you've got the majority of yours. Facebook, Google, Rate My Agent. And also on your own website.
Yes.
Like you should have them on your own. Now, the article I was reading said the 3 most important being Yelp, Facebook, and Google.
Yelp, Facebook, and Google.
Right, because those are more places people go to get reviews on anything. If you were at Zillow or Realtor.com or Rate My Agent, people would have to go there specifically for a real estate person. You know?
Yeah, I was reading an article that I found was interesting because it described low intensity marketing.
Oh, right.
Versus high intensity
Tell
marketing.
me again what that is.
Low intensity would be things like a billboard or being active on social media. It's somewhere that it's always visible, but the people seeing it may not be ready to buy or sell a house like right now.
Right. Okay.
The goal, obviously, for you is that they will recall how much they saw you so that you're top of mind.
Sure.
But it's very low intensity. You're not specifically targeting someone who's ready right now.
Okay.
When people take to the internet and type Baton Rouge Realtor, they are actually doing a high intensity search because they have a need right now.
Right.
So you will be populated based on how many reviews you have, how are your profiles up to date. But reviews were the biggest driver to being found.
Okay. That's important to know.
Yeah.
Your review really is the most important way to give new clients, even if they know you, confidence in your service.
Yeah.
Like they don't know, especially if you're maybe newer. Basically, reviews validate your business and help consumers feel comfortable.
90% of consumers read reviews.
I do.
I do too.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, so I think this is an important backbone of your business.
You know, we had Whit Green on as our inspector, and he is really into his Google profile.
Okay.
And he has 631 5-star reviews.
Holy smokes.
But it's nice because whenever I'm recommending inspectors and I recommend one or two or three, I'm like, yeah, just go read his reviews. And I have never had, every time they're like, I'm blown away. Yes, this is who we're using.
That's a great tip, though. Send them there to check the reviews for your inspector or whatever vendor you're sharing.
Yeah, so that way it's not me. It's, you know, this is who
look at all these people.
Yeah, look at all these people.
Oh.
But I have seen it work for him in his business. Like,
agree.
He always wins because he has the most reviews.
He has so many reviews.
People are like, he must be awesome, and he is.
He is. Yeah. Oh, but the importance is getting the reviews, all right? So how do we get the reviews? Alyssa, how are we going to get them?
Now, there are 2 main reasons that people don't get reviews.
Okay.
Would you believe it's mindset related?
I cannot believe it.
Okay, so the first thing is that they say, I don't have any clients.
Okay.
I'm new, so I don't have anybody to ask for reviews.
Okay.
The second thing is I'm too scared to ask for reviews.
Well, you think you did a bad job?
Well, exactly. That is where the mindset comes in, is that if you are one of those people that says, I'm too afraid to ask, you need to now personally challenge yourself because you're saying, I do not believe I'm valuable.
Yeah.
It is a mindset issue if you are too afraid to ask.
Like you feel like you stole from them.
Yeah, or just like, I'm
job.
no good. I don't know. You don't have to leave me a review, really. I'm not worthy.
Yeah.
It is a mindset issue that is false.
Super false.
So if this is you, you need to challenge yourself now to change that stinking thinking.
Yeah.
Remove the head trash.
Right. You know, your head trash.
Your head trash. And get into a mindset of, I do provide value.
Okay. Remember what I said? Maybe start by writing a review of yourself.
I love that. I love that.
But don't be overly critical.
It's not going to go anywhere. It's for you. It's
what did you do during the process? Imagine you were your own client. Write a review.
Yeah. Did you recommend an awesome home inspector? Were you very helpful with the buyer search? Did you help them write their repair request well?
Yeah, did you give them some staging tips?
Yeah.
Were you always available to answer their call?
Mm-hmm.
Well, like what? There had to be something.
Yeah. What were your strengths?
Did you bond with their kids during showings?
Yeah. So many things.
Something.
Now, let's go back to I don't have any clients.
Okay.
If you're a newer agent.
Mm-hmm.
It is not true that you have to have a closing to have a review.
Right.
You could ask your broker to write you a review. You could ask the lenders and title companies that you have been learning from to write you a review. The home inspectors. If you're reaching out to people to say, hey, I'm just looking to learn. Do you mind? They could go in on your platforms and write you a review that says, wow, this agent is so eager to learn, always trying to be better educated to best serve their clients. 5 stars.
5 stars.
The end.
Yeah.
Like it does not have to be a closing.
Yeah. I also like the advice of someone said they had a transaction with another agent and they gave each other a review.
Yeah.
So like
review
maybe
your peers.
Same with your lender though, or your inspector. Hey, let's trade reviews.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah, I think that's awesome.
Why not?
You could also, if you are going to your office and teaching a little class at your office on Canva, or teaching them how to best use their online signature platform, whatever it is. If you're just providing value, it's okay to say, would y'all mind going to my reviews and saying, oh, she's willing to help others, very cooperative, very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the reviews can be and they can come from so many places.
Right. It's a good way to kind of get outside the box.
So if you're new, really think about the people that you have helped. I also really liked, so you even mentioned too that whenever you have someone, it happens, y'all. You've been showing them houses, and they buy a house without you, either for sale by owner or someone they knew directly, and they say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. At that time, I would usually say, I understand things happen, but you owe me a referral.
Right.
Now it's you owe me a referral and a review.
Right.
I'm going to send you the link.
Right.
If because you owe me.
Yeah. If they're feeling bad and they're trying to apologize, be like, the easiest way for you to make this up to me and I will be so happy is with a review.
Yeah.
And a referral.
Yeah.
There you go.
I have plenty of people call me a couple times a year to say, hey, I'm painting my whole house. What color is in right now?
Yeah.
And I'll send them some suggestions. Hey, if you found this helpful, would you mind leaving me a review?
Yeah.
That just says, hey, she helped me with, freshening up my house.
Right.
She gave me some great staging tips.
That's a great idea.
There are so many times that we provide value to people that we never close.
I agree.
And we need to be at least asking them to write a free review.
Okay, I have a great one.
Okay.
What if you're a new agent and you're doing some really good social media work and you have a strategy and you're posting like interesting information or items of value? If people start DMing you and are like, this is so helpful, I'm going to buy in 2 years. Why don't you be like, hey, can you just drop a review in my Google? I'm trying to build it up, and let them know that you got valuable information from me.
Yeah. The end. So many.
Right?
So it's really, you can really get creative and start having some fun with this on who can leave me a review.
Yeah. Anyone. Challenge yourself to like think outside of the box. Okay, 84% of people trust online reviews just as much as the word of a friend. Okay, so they matter.
They do matter.
And people are going to check them and they're going to feel good about using you. And even if you're brand new and have 5 reviews, I'm going to trust you if there are 5 good reviews. Like, it's all that matters.
Yeah.
And it could be the lender and the title company and someone who was following you on social media. That's great.
Yeah.
I think that's perfectly fine. Okay, here's just my little technical tip for you. Wherever you're getting your reviews, maybe you're like Alyssa or me, where you've gotten them at different places over the years, go find the reviews and make sure you are copying them to something that you own. Like, I just have a PDF, like a document where I keep them, because before I had a resume, I had my list of reviews. At the beginning, it's just 2 or 3, and then it's 4 or 5. And it's just a piece of paper that I would stick in my buyer folder or seller folder that was like, these are my client reviews. Well, it because I was doing that document, it put me in the habit of whenever someone gave me a review on Zillow or Facebook or wherever, I cut and paste it to that document.
Perfect.
But the point is, what if your Realtor.com account gets shut down?
Mm-hmm.
What if your Facebook goes away?
Someone buys Realtor.com. Someone buys Zillow.
Right. What if you change brokers and you lose your Google business? Okay, so here's a hot tip about Google business, though. You have to change your email before the other email goes away.
Yes.
You can change the email associated with a Google business.
You can update your email address.
Right.
But if that email is gone and you did not update it, your Google is now gone.
So if you're starting from scratch, you might want to assign your Google business to your email that you own.
Right.
Okay? Because that's an important tip. But just make sure you're making a backup. Where do the reviews exist? Because it's not going to be hard for you to take a review that maybe was left on Realtor.com that you saved on a document, cut and paste that into an email and ask that client to now, hey, would you cut and paste this onto Google?
Mm-hmm.
I've decided to put all my reviews there so that more people can see them.
Yeah.
And yours was so great. And here it is. You don't even have to rewrite it.
I know. I think it would be perfect to go through some of your old reviews on other websites. Like I have 80 people on Realtor.com that I can email right now and say, hey, this is a copy of the review that you left for me on Realtor.com. Do you mind copying and pasting it into my Google profile? That's one of my goals for this year.
I love that.
Ta-da!
I love that.
And if you include a photo on my Google review.
Right. Okay, that was next on my list.
Yes. Then, maybe I'll send you a $5 Starbucks gift card or, I'll send you a little treat or something.
Okay. So I didn't even realize that on your Google business profile, if someone left you a review, they could include a photo until Anna Cornick did it. And I was like,
whoa.
Wow. And
I think it looks so nice.
It looks great. I mean, they can put a photo of the house. They can put a photo of them at the house. They can put a photo of y'all at closing. They can put any kind of photo.
Yeah.
But photos really do help people. And it will beef up your Google. We're focused on Google. I guess we should also mention right now, our focus is our Google business.
Yes, because we're in our Hustle Humbly Community Challenge.
And because that is where more people will find you.
Yeah.
If I go to Google and I type in Alyssa Jenkins Realtor, that's what I'm going to see.
Up. Yes.
That's what I'm going to see. So I want the reviews to be there as my primary place.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I did read in my article I was checking out about reviews that they recommend you have a profile at all of these places. So if you don't have a Yelp profile, you should set one up, even if that's not the link that you're going to be sharing. If you have a client who loves to make reviews on Yelp, make it easy for them to you want to be there, right? You want to have a Facebook business page where if people want to review you there, they can. Alyssa, how do you get reviews? Like, what do you do?
So my biggest thing is the after closing email template.
Right.
It reminds them about homestead exemption, to transfer termite it's their little checklist. And then at the end, it says, reviews mean so much to my business. If you wouldn't mind just writing one review and copying and pasting it to these links, it would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah.
So I want them to know one review, but please copy and paste it to these places so that I can have credibility in all of the places. Realtors are all about content. I need content. What is my content going to be? You get one review, and that can be used in a pretty post. You're putting it on your Google document to save it or wherever you're saving it. Like don't just get a review and be like, oh, that was sweet.
Right. Also you have to reply to it.
Yes.
So it's a moment in time when you're deepening that relationship. So on every platform, when they leave a review, you can reply.
Yeah. And say,
and you should.
Yeah. Even if it's a bad review.
You should reply.
You should always reply. So I read that if you reply to your reviews, it results in 163% more reviews on Facebook.
Oh.
And 23% more reviews on Google.
Okay.
So you know how they say on Instagram, like you should always reply to the people that commented and it needs to be so many words. It's the same thing when you respond to a review. It keeps you at the top.
It's the algorithm.
It's the logarithm.
It's the algorithm.
I hate that word.
I know you do.
Algorithm.
But that's true.
It is. It is. So responding actually keeps you at the top. So what we learned was So, for example, in our Hustle Humbly community right now, we're doing the challenge where we're seeing who can get the most reviews in a month.
Okay.
That's going to be good because the websites keep you active by 2 ways.
Okay.
One is by the quantity of reviews. How many do you have? The second way is what they call review velocity.
I think this is interesting.
And that is how often you get reviews. So they're saying for that count, for that tracker, it's better to get 12 reviews over 12 weeks than 12 reviews in one day.
Right.
So our system right now is, one, we're trying to kickstart to get we're in this competition. Let's get a bunch. But then once that challenge is over, we need to make sure that we have a system that we are continuously asking for reviews.
Yeah.
So not only do I have my after closing email template that does ask, but also write something that you copy and paste over and over again for when the friend does ask you what color to paint their house.
Yeah.
For when you do provide value. Hey, I'm trying to refinance. Can you just give me a ballpark idea on what my house is worth?
Yeah. When you think about how many free services you provide.
So many free services.
Right. Because you're there to be their support in anything real estate related for the life of your relationship.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's little things that could make a difference.
Hey, do you have an appraiser that you could recommend?
Right.
Do you have a painter?
We want to put in a pool.
Yeah.
Do you know any pool people?
Who did you like? Hey, look, if this was helpful, do you mind leaving me a review?
Yeah.
Just say that over and over and over again. So it's just going to become a common practice of sending a link of where you need your reviews, but you have to make it very easy for them.
Okay. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Alyssa.
Hey, Katie.
What do we mention almost every episode?
Email templates.
You're right. We sure do. And after every time we mention an email template, do you know what we get?
Emails asking if they can have copies of the email template.
Can you send me a copy of that template? I have never had one like that. That sounds great. And you know what the good news is?
What?
You can get all of our email templates from our course, Email Templates 101. Tell the people about it.
Our course has all of the email templates you would need to send to your buyers and your sellers and your clients that are buying and selling at the same time.
Exactly.
To get through every step of the transaction and giving them information that they need for where they are in the transaction.
It's great because you never forget to tell them something.
Yes, and we've already done all the work for you.
Yeah.
We wrote them and you can personalize them.
Yes.
And just feel organized knowing that you have all the information where it needs to be.
And if you purchase Email Templates 101, you do get lifetime access. So occasionally we like to go in and make updates based on the market or if we find a new best practice and we put that right into the template and you get that updated straight away.
It just goes straight to your course?
Yep. Right. It's just there. It's
just
already in there.
It's just
already
there.
in there. You don't even have to worry about it. We'll
That's
send
wonderful.
you an email and we'll say updated.
That's great. Where can they find these email templates?
You can find the email templates at emailtemplates101.com.
Emailtemplates101.com.
Yes, head over for reviews and all of the specifics.
Wonderful.
Okay, enjoy. Okay, what do you do with your reviews? Do you
not much.
Okay.
So, this is all kind of new for me as well. It was something that
I mean, you obviously have a bunch of them.
I do. I have so many, and I'm actually in the process of going through them and making sure that my 80 Realtor.com reviews transfer over to my Google by asking those people.
Right.
And it's been really fun because I was looking at my Realtor.com reviews, and it's people I closed in 2012.
Right.
I mean, yes, there are some current ones, but they go way back.
Right, sure.
And so it's people that I'm like, hey, you wrote this review about me. And then I'm like, it brings me back.
Responded? I know you're just starting.
They're like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I'd be happy to. They have no problem.
Nobody has any problem.
No problem.
Yeah.
Some of them don't even live in that house anymore.
They're like, sure, whatever.
Yeah, who cares? I'd be happy to. But it's also just a good way to check in.
It is a great way to check in.
Like, update your date. It's another touch that you can,
We want to touch them.
It's just a good way to reach out to your past clients and say, hey, you did this for me. Do you mind copying and pasting it? How have you been? How's your house now? What are you doing? Yeah.
Look
at you.
I have printed mine.
Of course you have. Yes, of course.
Let's be fair. I did get my license in 2005. It's not like it was all like the world wasn't maybe quite as digital. It was still pretty digital. I just have always printed them. I print every nice email. I keep every card. I have them all. YouTube can join me here and see my book.
Mm-hmm.
It is other than my family and maybe my laptop, the thing I would grab if my house was on fire.
Okay.
Truly.
Yeah, I believe you.
It's got every card and every review.
YouTube is really going to enjoy this.
They're really going to love it.
I do have every single card a client has ever written to me.
It just makes you feel good. And I'll tell you what I do with them. Some days when I'm not feeling so good,
you're like, why am I doing this job?
What is this all for? I just get out my big book and I'm like, these are pretty nice messages.
Yeah.
Like I made these people feel good. They did something important because I helped them.
Yeah.
You know? And then you're like, you know what? This is an amazing career.
So good.
It's really hard to feel bad about yourself in this career when you feel so grateful and looking at other people telling you thankful is the quickest way to be grateful for this career. So reviews are like the most fun too, because when you get one, don't you get excited?
Yeah, I do.
Oh my God, what did they say?
I'm like, they did it.
And sometimes they say things you weren't expecting.
I had a man from another culture leave me the kindest review.
Oh, I love it.
It was nice and long and very detailed, but then he gave me a 4-star. I was like, well, wait a minute. So I'm like, hey, was that an accident? No, I just don't believe anybody deserves a 5-star because no one's perfect.
True.
I was like, fair enough.
But while we're talking about the 5 stars, I learned from Lee Brown in a class many years ago that when you're sending your email, and I think it's in our email template, when you're sending your email request for a review, you always say, if you can't give me a 5-star, please let me know. It prompts them to understand your expectation of them is to leave a 5-star review.
Right.
Because of that reason. If given their own devices, she said that's common. If you don't tell them to give you 5 stars, most people would say, well, it was good, but it wasn't perfect. So 4. So you have to say, if you can't give me a 5-star review, let me know.
Right.
If you're unable to rate my services as something like that. If you're unable to rate my services as 5-star, please let me know.
Right.
And that just says to them, oh, I'm supposed to say 5-star.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very interesting.
That is.
Also, someone asked when we were doing our class, how often should you then ask again? So what if you requested after closing and they didn't make a review?
I have read different things.
What did you find?
You know, some people say lucky number 7.
7 times
7 times. That's not in me.
No.
I don't have that in me to ask that many times.
No, but here's the thing. I send mine a week after closing.
Yes.
Or if I know they've already moved or like I know maybe they're already settled, I'll send it sooner or later if I know they haven't moved yet or they're just in the middle of moving. But this one recommended resending every 30 to 60 days.
Okay.
Y'all remember, just because you ask them once, maybe they want to give you a review. And if they're like me, they want it to be long and thoughtful, right? And so that's a time commitment that I'm not ready to give at the drop of a hat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so maybe you've emailed and they've been like, I'd love to give them a review, but I really want to think about it. And I'm so busy right now. And then they just don't. It gets buried. You know, not everyone cleans out their email.
Right, right.
So every 30 or 60 days, it's okay to ask. Would I ask 7 times? No. Have I asked 7 times? I've asked 1 time in the past. So I think even if I increased it to 2 or 3, I would get better results. So maybe we could all commit to like a 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Try.
I think that's good.
Try more than once.
And think about it too. If it is an after closing ask, do you know how busy people are when they're moving?
So busy.
And trying to unpack boxes?
Hard. It's a lot.
I mean, it is a lot. I do think that 30, 60, 90-day mark when they're finally getting settled.
Right.
You know, is a good reminder. It's
and
fine.
it's still fresh enough in their mind. They know what happened. It's not like you're asking them 3 years later to give you a review for maybe a house they don't even live in anymore.
Sure.
But every 30 days.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay. Mm-hmm. So let's do that. Okay. I also read that your reviews help the search engine optimization, so SEO, of your website and your Google ranking. Obviously, we've already talked about that. But they were saying that having reviews on your website like that's the place that they are. Your website will help your SEO. It will impact your site. It will help your site grow.
Well, they like to see activity on your site. Mm-hmm. You don't want to every week have to upload a picture, delete a picture, upload a picture because, but anytime you get a new review, it's considered new activity. Yeah. So it pushes you to the top. Because how many businesses do you think have a website that is not active because they are actually not in business anymore? Right. So it's part of the internet's job to keep the relevant things
make sure
at the top.
Yes, it makes sense.
So the more that you are refreshed, that you get a new review, it tells the internet, this is an operating business.
Right.
If you need a realtor, this one is updated frequently.
She's there.
She's getting reviews. She's updating.
Yeah. How many times
it puts you at the top.
Yeah. Think about all the times you try to find someone to do something.
Yeah.
And you're just trying to decide, do they even do this thing anymore?
I know.
Like, there's nowhere on the internet that I can feel like they're active and alive.
Yeah.
It's a great point.
Got to keep it up to date.
Got to keep it up to date.
And no better way than having a review from the public to say this is still an operating business.
Right. Did you bring any reviews of yourself you want to read to us?
Oh, man. I mean, I could pull some up.
I'm just curious, like, I always love just seeing how people overall see the process from the other side, right? So now we're done. How did we view the process? If I had been more forward thinking, I would have gotten some that I thought went terribly.
Yeah.
But then they gave me a good review.
I know. Isn't that interesting?
I'm never afraid to ask for a review.
Those are always the one that make me like, oh, wow.
Because at the end of the day, I sold the house. See, that's the other problem. I've never been good at asking for anyone that didn't close for a review, right? Mm-hmm. So maybe they are going to say something like, I don't know. It's a good plan to, you don't have to read me one.
I'll read this one.
Okay, let's hear it.
So this is one that actually was going to try for sale by owner first. So they used me.
Let's hear it.
As a first-time home seller, my husband and I weren't sure where to begin. Luckily, we ended up with Alyssa. She made the entire selling process so smooth for us and made sure to go through everything that we needed to get exactly what we wanted for our house. She was able to sell our home in less than a week on the market. Alyssa went above and beyond for us from the day we talked to her up until the days after we sold. She was always available to us whenever we needed and made us feel like we were her only client. Oh. My husband and I are incredibly thankful for her. We will tell everyone we know about Alyssa and use her for any future real estate needs.
I love that.
I know.
In my email template, I do give multiple links. I put Google at the top and it says, I'm working to get Google is the primary. But I give them a Facebook link and I used to give them, and I think I still do give them the Zillow link because if that's where they are and that's where they want to put it, go for it. Mm-hmm. As long as you make a review, put it where you want to. I found the one I flipped to, ironically, I'm literally working with right now for her to buy an investment property. But she said, best realtor ever. Katie went above and beyond helping us to find our perfect home. I will definitely do business with her again. And guess what? She is doing business with me again.
Oh, this one. Selling a home is very intense. It took Alyssa 5 years of patience to wait for me to decide I was ready. What person could be that patient? Well, Alyssa did wait, and she was always checking in with me and responding to my questions about market movement. After finally finding the perfect home to buy, I decided to make the move. She made sure I was ready, and before the month was up, the home was sold, and I'm now living in my dream home 5 years later.
Oh, that's cute.
Isn't that sweet?
So sweet. Do you want me to do another one?
Yeah.
A perfect fit. We are currently in the middle of our third transaction with Katie, and she continues to work her magic and guide us every step of the way. We first met Katie during our first home search, and though we loved working with her and recommended her to everyone, we were certain we would not need to work with her again because it was the perfect home. Why leave?
Why leave ever?
Fast forward 10 years, blessings in life prompted a move we thought we'd never need to take. Who better to sell our beloved home than the agent who helped us place us there? Aww. Now we are currently under contract to sell our forever home. He did quotes because you know how I feel about forever home. And just closed on a wonderful new home. With Katie, we have all caps, peace of mind.
Oh.
She's been amazing through all of it. Professional through and through, attentive and always available. Katie is a perfect fit for us, and we know she will be for you as well.
That's really sweet.
God.
You as well.
I mean, y'all, if you're not getting reviews, just do them to make yourself feel better.
Yeah.
I mean, they are just the best. The best.
I do see that, like, my home inspector left me a review, and I've never worked a transaction with him.
Right. So that's good.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay. Anything else about reviews you want to share?
I just think that you should enjoy them. I think that you should enjoy asking for them, collecting them. It should be a fun thing.
It should be a fun thing.
It's a way for you to connect with your people. So if you are struggling with your mindset, just make that a personal challenge to say, I am valuable. This is a good way for me to reach out.
Right.
You know, this is good.
It's good. It's good.
It's good.
It's
you
so
got this.
Good. It's the best part of the business.
It is.
Really is. And if you're doing what you're supposed to do, they'll all come back good.
Yeah.
You're not going to have a bad review.
If you get someone who has something negative to say, take that and learn from it.
Right. And respond.
Kindly. Always respond kindly. You're so good at that.
Okay. Are you ready for a toast?
Yeah.
I'll break out my Delilah voice again.
Delilah.
No. I'm waiting for Delilah to sue me for using her name on our show.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I don't think she would do that, but
she's too nice.
She's too nice.
So sweet.
Okay. Today, I wish I knew Maja. Maja Bacon. Maja is toasting to Caitlin Fisher. They are both in Somerset, Massachusetts.
Oh.
Okay. Hold on. I got it. Y'all know I have to do this. Hold please while I get it into the appropriate orientation. Okay. Maja says, I am a co-chair on a community outreach task force with our local realtor branch, and I'd love to toast my co-chair, Caitlin Fisher. She has been a great leader, does so much to give back to the community, and has been a delight to co-chair with.
Aww.
She is also going to be receiving a local Spirit Award in November for her efforts and her positive support of others.
Well, congratulations. She already got it.
She is a breath of fresh air in the industry.
Oh, I love that.
Oh my God, Caitlin, congratulations
on your award.
Cheers to you.
Thanks for serving on your board.
I know, right? And Maja, thank you for sending in. Well, thank you also to Maja for serving because they're co-chairs.
Yes.
Thank you for sending the toast.
Perfect.
Okay, everyone, enjoy this loving
holiday.
This holiday. Thank you for listening to our review talk.
Yes.
Reviews are the best.
Mm-hmm.
They are truly love letters from your clients.
They are.
They really are. Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Hustle Humbly podcast. Let us know who we should toast to for the next episode.
Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Hustle Humbly Podcast. If you have an episode, topic, or question, please email us at hustlehumblypodcast@gmail.com.
Be sure to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. See you next week. Bye.